want to make sure that I acknowledge the sponsor of the show, Tiege Hanley, because Tiege Hanley sent me this new pack. They sent me the new Tiege pack, so I just literally pulled the paper out, got it out of the mail, and I started going through it, and I got a little bit more excited than I should. You know what I'm saying? So they did send me the Tiege pack, and I don't even know what this is yet. So I'm assuming this is what you get when you first order your Tiege, and I don't know what this is. Oh, this is dope. This is absolutely dope. Is this a nail kit? Ladies, get this for the fellas. Fellas, don't wait for the ladies to get it for you. This is free. This just comes with it. 30% off your first order plus 20% off for life. Literally. Oh, snaps. I didn't know that they were sending it like this. Real talk. So this is the nail kit that they sending you. All right. So now you ain't looking like a dusty. This is a free gift straight from Tiege for the people that ordered the Tiege. They got the small one for the little hands like mine's. They got the big joints for your toenails. And then they got the joints at the bottom too. You know what I'm saying? For y'all that's a little bit more crustier than usual. All right. So that's one of the free gifts that Tiege got inside of the pack. And then what is this? Says squeeze a quarter size amount of Tiege Hanley body wash on the center of the wet bristles. Lather, scrub, rinse, and repeat for the perfectly satisfying wash every time. So that's inside of there also, right? Ooh, I can get my rubber ducky on right here. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Tiege for sending me that uncomplicated skincare for men. And then what we got in here? We got the actual Tiege pack, right? So this is the normal Tiege pack, but then they gave me the supersized joint for the people. They wanted me to show the people exactly what they got when they ordered that first Tiege pack, when you're getting your 30% off your first order, and then you get your free gifts. You get 2 free gifts, and then the 20% off for life. So the 20% off for life is a new thing. And man, I ain't even got my keys on me to open this up. Maybe I can use the little nail clipper thing. I ain't got to buy no nail clipper for my new joint downtown. And then you get all of the washes, all of the scrubs, all of the AM, the PMs, and all of that stuff. So you got the whole thing inside of there for you to make sure you take care of yourself. But you got to make sure you take care of it every day, right? We don't want to miss days. We don't want to be looking like dusties. It does not absolve you from being able to make sure that you brush your teeth. Brush your teeth. It don't fix the teeth problem. Don't fix you ironing your clothes. Don't fix you being able to take care of your business. But it absolutely makes sure that your skin is phenomenal, even when you're going between shaves. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Tiege Hanley. We absolutely appreciate you. Thank you for continuing to hold us down. I might do an official Tiege commercial, but I like just talking authentically to the people. I like giving the people the authentic look of what it is that you're dealing with, and I want you to hear from me personally, because anybody can do that little pitch and they can make some little videos, but very few of us can actually speak to the products of exactly what it is that you're supposed to use. So yeah, Tiege Hanley, 30% off your first order, and then 20% off for life. That's the Anton Daniels pack, 20% off for life. Using any other Tiege pack, make sure that you go ahead and let that go. And make sure you tap into the link that's in the description and take care of it, all right? What's going on is Anton from AntonDaniels.com. I appreciate you guys for continuing to rock with me. Thank you for tuning in for another edition of the Millionaire Morning Show. I am your host, Anton Daniels. It is Wednesday, April 17th, 2024, year of our Lord. Yo, God gave us another opportunity to do great things. What are you going to do with it, big dog? Are you just sitting on the couch waiting for somebody to give you something, waiting for reparations, waiting for somebody to hold you accountable or to help you or to add value into your life? Or are you the person that's going to be the one that add value into other people's lives? I've never wanted to be the taker. I've always wanted to be the giver, if you know what I'm saying. What's going on, friends and family? I see y'all inside of the chat. What up, what up, what up? See the first super chat. The first thing that I want to do is I want to acknowledge the sponsor of the show, Tiege Hanley. 30% off your first order plus 20% off for life. If you guys are using any other Tiege pack, get rid of it. If you guys have not gotten your Tiege, that's unfortunate. Ladies, go ahead and get it for the people. Go ahead and get it for the people. Fellas, don't wait for the ladies to go and get it for you. Take care of your business, be on top of your game, and let's get to it. All right? Make sure y'all tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. You know that goes without saying. I appreciate y'all for going ahead and taking that and holding that down. What up, friends? What's happening? Where y'all checking in from? Let me get a city check. Whether you international or whether you national, let me get a city check. What up, chat? What up? What up? What up? Had an opportunity to stream with my dog, Quinn, last night, so that was fun. While y'all telling me what city y'all checking in from, I want to go ahead and give a shout out to Quinn. I also want to give a shout out to Mike That Dude. Shout out to Mike That Dude for always holding me down on Cash App. Also want to give an acknowledgement to my dog Michael on Cash App. Thank you, my friend. And then my early super chatter of the day, P. Shank. What up, P. Shank? P. Shank says, good morning, Mr. Anton Daniels in the Millionaire Morning Show. Just like normal, my people. What up, what up, what up, what up, what up? I appreciate you. Thank you for always holding me down. Let me go ahead and see where y'all checking in from. Let me see. Chicago. Okay, I see you, Chi-Town. Kansas City, Atlanta, Detroit basketball, DMV, San Jose. What up, though? What up, what up, what up? CT, Oakland County, Fort Lauderdale, Houston said, let's go. Corinth, Texas? Never been to Corinth, Texas. Nashville, one of my favorite places to visit. Chicago, not Chicago suburbs, just Chicago. All right. Charlotte, Durban, Maryland, Mount Clemens, Spokane, Chicago, Kansas City, Biloxi. Shout out to Biloxi in the building. New York, Tulsa, South Texas, Dallas. That's like my third or fourth favorite city. Charlotte, North Carolina, Brooklyn. What up, Black Beauty? Jersey City, Baton Rouge. You know when you say, you got to say Baton Rouge. You can't say Baton Rouge. Baton Rouge. DMV, Huntsville, Alabama, Detroit, San Francisco, Jackson, Mississippi. I might have to make a trip up to Jackson, Mississippi. I've never been to Jackson, Mississippi. San Diego, California, Chambly, Montreal, Neptune, New Jersey, DMV, South Carolina. Is that Slidell? Okay, Louisiana, Vero Beach, Stockton, California. Orlando, West Bloomfield, Metro Detroit. Dallas, Texas, Montreal, Philly, Elk Grove, Bad Boy Pistons is in the building. Shout out to True to Myself, one of my favorite moderators. Missouri is in the building. Shout out to Missouri. Pearland, Houston, Texas. Hawaii. Shout out to Hawaii in the building. Dallas, Texas, Trenton, New Jersey, Tampa, Louisville, Montgomery, Alabama. Messi, what you talking about? Winnetka? Where is Winnetka? San Antonio in the building in second place. The second best river walk in the country. Houston in the building. Redmond, what up, what up, what up? Denver, Colorado. Everybody in the building. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Before we get started with the show, because I have a great show lined up for y'all, I just discovered some things myself personally. I was preparing for the show, and I was saying to myself, Anton, I noticed this girl that we about to have this conversation about. And then I discovered, I said, And then it gave me my inspiration for the show that I'm going to do tonight on the Anton Daniels channel. So if y'all not subscribed and you don't have your notifications set, then make sure you do so. I see Dubai out there, Dade County out there. What up to all of my friends? Sacramento in the building. What's going on? So I got a phenomenal show laid out for y'all. But before we get started, I do want to say this before I get into the rest of the super chats. I love you guys. I genuinely do. I know I say it a lot. I know it's starting to get a little bit mundane. I know you're getting used to it. It's like when your spouse or the person that you laying next to, or you always tell your kids, I love you, and they say, I love you back. Nah, this ain't that. This is a genuine appreciation, and every time that I think about it, every time that I remember to do so, I make sure that I do so, and I recognize y'all because I want y'all to understand that y'all are not fans. Y'all are friends. Y'all are not fans to me. You are my friends. I love you genuinely. If nobody told you this week, nobody told you this month, nobody told you this year and laid out their heart and told you how much I appreciate, I adore you. You are my muse. Y'all are my muse. I want you to understand it right now. I pray that I never let a day, I never let a month, I never let an opportunity go by to tell you guys how much I love y'all. I do. I consider y'all family. Um, I do. I pray for y'all. I love on y'all. We go through it together. And I just want to make sure y'all know that before we get started and getting into all of the nonsense and the money and the news and the accountability that I genuinely love you, Fi Brown. I love you, Azriel. I love you, K Cooper. I love my dog Kojak. I love True to Myself. I love J Ben. I love Rhonda Poole. I love y'all. I genuinely love y'all. Shout out to y'all. All right? Tanisha, everybody. Yakar, I genuinely love y'all. So, Slender Sporty, absolutely, I got you, baby. Real talk. Like, I love y'all for real, for real. Messi, I love you. All right? Every last one of y'all. Tam, Rob Lowe, Miss Candid Heart, Jawan. And I love my dogs too. I genuinely love my guys. Real talk. It ain't just the ladies, it's my guys. I love all of y'all. Like I love y'all like y'all my bros. I love the ladies like they my sisters. Y'all are my sisters. Y'all my heart. All right. Just want to let y'all know that. All right. So let's go ahead and get started with the show. Let me go ahead and read the super chats before we get started. Enforcer 2K9 says, Warriors. Yeah, they went through it this year, didn't he? Long live the Kings. Okay, Sacramento finally coming up since Chris Webber. And Kobe and them was destroying y'all when y'all have Lottie Divac. Yeah, I'm a basketball connoisseur. Michael Mitchell says Anton Baby Girl was on point last night, especially when it came to men leaving the church. Yes, she was. Shout out to her. Shout out to Eric Daniels. I love you, big dog. I genuinely love you. Thank you. Tanisha. Love her show. Love chasing that bag. You said love the show and I love chasing it. I love you too. And I'm glad that you're here with me. Oat Milk says, what neighborhood in Detroit would you suggest someone with a modest budget? Sorry, off topic. Well, you can go to Boston Edison. You can go to Sherwood Forest. I like downtown. I like Midtown. Midtown is pretty awesome. It's a lot of different neighborhoods, and it depends on whether or not you want to rent or whether you want to buy. And then it's a lot of surrounding places. And so check out, if you want to be a few minutes outside of the city, White Lake, West Bloomfield, Birmingham is priced out of control, so you can forget that. Farmington Hills is pretty modestly priced. Livonia, and then all of the different neighborhoods that's inside of the city that's around. I like Corktown. Corktown is about to explode and make a whole lot of money within Detroit because they literally are building a Michigan train station that's next to, or that's right within Corktown, which is right next to downtown. All of those places. So, yeah, hopefully they give you an idea. Sherwood Forest is my favorite within the city. Sherwood Forest is my favorite neighborhood in the city. Palmer Woods, Palmer Park, all of that is awesome. So, shout out to you. That's a phenomenal question. If you need more insight, make sure y'all email me, AntonDaniels413@gmail.com, and I'm going to get y'all set up. Latrell says, much love to you and the family, big dog. Shout out to you. Next Level MF says, and let me tell you one of the reasons why you may consider moving outside of the city to a city outside of the city. You won't have to pay city taxes. So if you decide to live in the city, then you got to pay city taxes. If you decide to live outside the city, then you don't have to pay city taxes. So Next Level MF says, my dog Next. Let me give a shout out to Next Level. Says, I really appreciate that talk yesterday. Much love to. I talk to my people. I kick it with my people. I love my people. Next Level MF, you my dog. I would never discuss the details of any conversation that I have with anybody offline, but listen, we running it up. We running it up. We We've evolved, we made it, and we running it up. So shout out to Next Level MF. I appreciate you. And the opportunity to talk to you on the phone call yesterday was absolutely awesome. Chris James in the building. Shout out to my dog, Chris James. Bag Chaser Extraordinaire says, hello. What up, Chris? I love you, bro. Thank you for tapping in, my friend. Seminole 2014 says, morning, was watching yesterday's morning show. Was watching morning show this morning at work. You kept it real because Jazz was sure sneak dissing Rita, but I want to say I appreciate how you keep your platform open to people that disagree with you. Yeah, man, I don't want to live in an echo chamber. And I'm open for the smoke. You know what I'm saying? So anybody that want to just have a conversation, I'm with it. If anybody got a disagreement, I'm with it. That's how I know that these content creators ain't real. You know how I know? It's because every single day, damn near, almost every single day, I leave my platform open to anybody that have a disagreement, anybody that agrees, anybody that has a comment. It's open to anybody to be able to call in. I give you the option to not be on camera, to just call and be on camera if you want to, all of that. And you know what they do? Tuck tail and run. That's what they do. So that's why I don't take none of these people serious. I don't take none of these people serious. Because if they really wanted to have a conversation with me, I'm not hard to get in touch with. I'm not hard to find. I'm not hard to contact. Anybody can call me at any time and say, yo, Anton, I got a disagreement with you. Let me come up. They never do. So don't take none of these people serious. They just be talking. It's all for content. Let them get their little views off. We with it. Bosef says, I love your shows and content is good to someone like you out here talking sense against the evils out here. Always about the truth. Much love, big dog. Shout out to you. I appreciate you, big dog. Yes. Hey, Brittany, where you been at? Brittany B, where you been at? Because listen, I know my people. Don't be telling me, oh, I was working in time. That ain't never stopped you before. I don't want to hear it. Brittany B, where you been at? Because I was just talking about you the other day. I was talking to you about you in a positive way, though. You know I love my Brittany. I said, yeah, man, when we was in Washington and it was me and it was Rita and it was Brittany and we was holding hands and we got an opportunity to go to the White House and go see what the Treasury looked like and all of that stuff. And I was looking in the chat. I said, where's Brittany B? Where is Brittany B? I was there for some of Brittany B's first great moments, jumping on flights and all of this stuff. I said, where is Brittany B? I'll be paying attention. I'm always looking to see where my people are at. Yes. When people be gone for a little while, I'll be like, where they been at? So you ain't been to church in a while, huh? Yeah, you know, I got you, Brittany. I love you, baby. All right, y'all ready to get started with the show? Again, make sure y'all tap into that Tiege pack, 30% off your first order, plus 20% off for life. It's a great product. The link is in the description. Get rid of all of those other links that y'all using. On top of that, make sure, again, that you tap into the Patreon. Anton Daniels' channel was on popping tonight. I think I got a good one. I got you thinking, Throw. We going through all of the emails. All right, y'all ready to get started? I got a good one lined up for y'all today. I got a show lined up for y'all tonight, or today and tonight. Millionaire Morning Show and tonight. All right, let's get it popping. I'm going to read Super Chats throughout the show, but we got to start with Quick Hits. Quick Hits is a segment of the show that we don't want to necessarily have to dedicate a whole segment to it, but we want to make sure that we keep y'all informed of what's happening out here in these streets, man. All right? First and foremost, shout out to the people that think that they can commit a crime here in Detroit and we're not going to be waiting for you at the airport when you get back. We know that criminals got to come back and revisit the scene, come and see their people. We know you ain't got no money. You got to come back here and get to it. Shout out to the criminals. Check this out.
Yeah, you're not going to come into Detroit and think you're going to shoot 5 people and get away with it. The suspect we're talking about in this case, Damon Hunter, he thought he could ditch a rental car and run to Tennessee, where he apparently has family, but he was leaving breadcrumbs the entire time. Detroit police picked up on those all the way to his arrest at Detroit Metro Airport.
He came back with like a little machine gun style pistol and opened fire on the crowd.
Surveillance cameras capture the alleged pistol puller and his weapon of choice, a Draco similar to this one.
Fires rapid rounds relatively quickly. Most cowards carry them, and that's kind of what I classified it even that night of.
2:45 a.m. March 29th. After the club is the parking lot party, but this turned ugly on Detroit's west side. Two groups beefing over a parking spot. It got physical, and that's when Detroit police say 32-year-old Damon Hunter shot 5 people. Yes, 5. Firing so wildly, he even shot his friend. They all suffered non-life-threatening injuries.
Very lucky it's only 5. That could have been 10, could have been 12.
The quintuple shooting outside Chicago Blues Bar and Grill, moving Hunter to the top of Detroit police's most wanted.
We're going to find you. We're not going to stop until we get you.
Didn't take long. 2 weeks. Look at that mug, arm in arm with Detroit's finest, walking off the jet bridge at Detroit Metro Airport in cuffs.
He walked out and he put his head down the minute he saw the officers.
Before officers got there, though,
We leveraged every piece of technology we could. We have a very, very strong community base that is also tired of this. So we got some really, really good tips.
Tip.
Man, hold on. Let me re-emphasize what he just said. Let me back up 1 second.
Community base that is also tired. Piece of technology we could. We have a very, very strong community base that is also tired of this.
We not having it here in this city no more. We not dealing with that nonsense. Ain't no not snitching, ain't no harboring criminals, ain't none of that. You know, let me give a shout out to the Detroit police for a second. And one of the reasons why I want to give a shout out to the Detroit police is because I seen somebody say something on this other podcast and it was absolutely true, right? The Detroit police, number one, is very, very good at their jobs, and we've cleaned up the police department, and they do so well that, you know, they friendly, they kick it with you. It's funny because I was kicking it with some police officers the other day, and you're not going to believe this, and that's why I always like to call and pull up the receipts.
Hello.
Hey, you busy? I'm on a live stream.
Get my nails done. What's going on?
Hey, do you remember when the police came by the penthouse a couple weeks ago?
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember? They was so cool. It was just two women.
They was real cool.
And what did we do for them?
Gave them a tour.
Gave them a
Of
tour,
the place.
kicked it, made friends with them, all of that, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
Changed information.
That's right. All right, thank you, babe.
All right, bye.
Seen 2 police officers, and they recognized me downstairs outside of my building downtown. Couple of police officers, couple ladies or whatever, and they're like, "Oh my God, I love this place. I not seen it going up or whatever." They veterans of the police department, and they were saying that they watch my show sometimes, and I'm like, "Oh, cool." And I'm like, "Hey, I'm gonna give you a tour. Let me show you what the place is like." They came up, Rita accommodated them. We ate, sat, had some food. We laughed, we kicked it, we exchanged information. They said, "Anton, if you need anything, we got your back over here at the police." Shout out to the Detroit police officers. We love the Detroit police officers. Detroit police don't even bother you. If you got some little petty crime, some little petty thing that going on, they say, "Listen, we ain't about that. We chasing real criminals. We chasing real criminals. They ain't tripping about that little tree charge and all of that stuff. They leveraging every piece of technology, and also more importantly, the people of the city is tired. They not having none of this problem. They said, "Listen, y'all out here committing crimes. We telling on y'all. We getting y'all up out of here. We got a different type of environment nowadays. We not playing no games." So shout out to the Detroit police officers. I love police officers. We show them love over here.
So we got some really, really good tips.
Tips led them about 500 miles south to the Knoxville, Tennessee area where he has ties, a dumped rental car and a phone track. Ironically, investigators say Hunter was setting up an appointment with his probation officer back here in Detroit on prior drug charges. And when he landed for that meeting, officers welcomed him home with open arms.
I hope it's a wake-up call for those that want to do something similar.
Yeah, especially as it's getting warmer. Now, Hunter, he is facing 9 felonies for the crimes, including multiple counts for assault with intent to commit murder. But again, all 5 of those victims are recovering.
Shout out to the Detroit police. Shout out to the idiots. And yo, and if you go back to the core of the story, he shot up 5 people over a parking spot at the after hours joint when the club let out. Shot up 5 people at the after hours spot when the club let out. You idiot. Anyways, neither here nor there. So in additional news, a transport prison guard was arrested and he was sentenced for 30 years for raping female inmates. Check it out.
It's never like a punishment or reasonable for a human being to be raped because they are accused of a crime.
Today, the man who was supposed to keep women safe instead found out that he's going to be in a federal prison for the next 30 years. Marquette Johnson admitted to raping 3 women in his custody, one of them while passing through Bernalillo County.
But the federal investigation identified a dozen other alleged victims. Brittany Costello joins us from the federal courthouse downtown with what all she's learned here.
The judge told Johnson today he violated the public trust with people who could not protect themselves, saying there's nothing worse, before handing down the max sentence. Marquette Johnson was a prisoner transport guard working.
Look at the monsters. I want y'all to see them. Y'all pass them every day. They bag y'all groceries, change out y'all light bulbs. Y'all run into them, they say, hey, what's up, baby girl? What's your name? Can I buy you a drink at the bar? And then they go to work and they rape the prisoners that they transporting from place to place. Monsters everywhere. Monsters everywhere, y'all.
Working for Inmate Services Corporation. In 2019, he was using these vans to pick up and drop off inmates across the country. But First Assistant U.S. Attorney for New Mexico, Holland Castron, says he was doing a lot more than that.
Johnson was calculated. He proactively sought out and created opportunities to be alone with these women that he transported.
In December, Johnson admitted to raping 3 inmates in his custody, but investigators know of a dozen others. One woman says he threatened her with a gun. She was assaulted in 2019 near the Metropolitan Detention Center in Albuquerque after he dropped off other inmates. Attorney Laura Shower-Ives represents her. We talked to her in December.
It's never like a punishment or reasonable for a human being to be raped because they are accused of a crime.
Tuesday, Johnson was back in federal court where he was sentenced to 30 years in prison.
While this sentence cannot undo the emotional and physical trauma that Mr. Johnson caused TP and these other victims, it will ensure that Johnson spends decades in prison.
But there are more questions about other victims, whether Inmate Services Corporation did enough to protect inmates, and who will hold those private companies accountable. The U.S. Attorney's Office wouldn't speak to that.
We, as well as DOJ, are exploring our options within our authorities to address and prevent the future exploitation of vulnerable victims like that.
Here's the problem, too. As an employer, and a lot of people always saying, oh, man, my background shouldn't prevent me from being able to get a job. Well, it depends on the job, because when you then have power and responsibility, if you don't have the maturity or the ability to weld it correctly, what you do is you commit crimes. But then what you also do is put other people's companies, especially those that entrusted you and gave you a job, at risk, because we know that they're going to file lawsuits against the very companies that he worked for in order to shut the companies down and to hopefully get some compensation. It's evil. Not only did you do something against other people, but you also put the people that gave you an opportunity and put money in your pocket at risk for losing their company and losing everything, because we know that it's over for them. Monsters everywhere. Last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, 3 men posing as women online so that they can rob y'all. Check it out.
At 10, what started as a pursuit for romance ended with a pursuit to find 3 people accused of posing as a woman on a dating site. The idea was to rob the man they met up with. It happened in Hardeman County, and now 3 people, including a teenager, are facing charges. Here's WRG's Ashley Paul from Bolivar with the latest.
A man on a dating site got quite the surprise when the pretty woman he thought he was supposed to meet ended up being these guys, Trevarius Parham of Eads and Cameron Scruggs of Memphis.
Imagine you swipe right or swipe left. I don't know which one y'all got to swipe, which way y'all swipe in order to get the match. But imagine you swipe and then you run into Trevarius. You run into Trevarius. And shout out to his single baby mama that named him Trevarius. Good God. Trevarius and Cameron Scruggs. Hey, that ain't that pretty little girl over there. That's Trevarius over there. Imagine you swiping left and right, and then you run into Trevarius. I don't even know how to say his name now. Trevarius. Sounds like a criminal to me. Anybody that I run into named Trevarius, I'm variously curious. Shout out to Trevarius. I got some really bad jokes in my mind for this one, but I can't say them because then y'all gonna be laughing at me, not with me. You know how jokes in your head, it goes so well, and then you say it, and you be like, dang, that didn't come out the way that I thought it was gonna hit. And then the people be laughing, but they not laughing with you, they laughing at you. You know what I'm saying? And all of my jokes, it rhymes with Trevarius. I got so many bad jokes, and I know that they're going to go over bad, and I know they're going to be so corny. But it's like, dang, man, I just want to say these jokes that I got in my head that rhyme with Trevarius, and I can't even say. It's funny to me. That's all that matters. The only thing that matters is that it's funny to me. It don't have to be funny to y'all, so I'm going to keep it in my head because it's such a bad joke, but I really want to say it. Oh, God. Remember when Brittany B., she was in the chat. She said, Anton, say this or something 3 times or whatever, and it was so stupid. And then when I tried to say it, I couldn't stop laughing for a whole nother segment of the show. It's one of those type of dumb jokes. I hate this. That's why I won't get my 30 million emperor. Oh, no, I'm not saying it.
There was also a third juvenile.
He set up a date on a dating site, and 3 young men come to his residence and robbed him at gunpoint.
Sheriff John Doolin says his team responded to that call and quickly figured out what was going on.
We developed some suspects pretty quick and set up a little operation, and the operation turned out successful.
Within a day, the men set up another
Oh,
date.
no. Who put that on her? Oh, come on, baby. Oh, somebody come get the old Chloe up out of my screen right now. Baby. You need a stylist bad. Now, you know I always like to give credit where credit is due, but I'm going to have to hold y'all accountable. You can't be coming on here looking like Shrek. Fiona. Baby. That's not. No. They dressed her like they was dressing a Cabbage Patch. Why they dress her like that? Ain't nobody at the station, her sons, her kids, her friends, ain't nobody say, hey, baby girl, hey, no, you don't want to do that one. That's not good. You pale? Your skin chafing? Your arms is flabby? No, Fiona. You can't do that, Fiona. Jesus. Can't even focus on Trevarius, setting people up. Good God. I mean, she's probably a really nice person, too.
right here at the Bolivar Inn Motel. But little did they know this date was one step ahead of them.
I think there at the end, they kind of knew that something wasn't quite right.
Sheriff Doolin tells us his department made an account and arranged a date with the men. When they met up here, the three men arrived with masks and hoodies and had guns.
Hell no. Y'all met up with a woman and she said, come to the motel? Man, listen, y'all so stupid. Don't you know that anybody that tells you, any woman that say, hey, come to meet me at the motel, either she from Backpage and she got a pimp, or that's a man setting you up to get you robbed, big dog. Listen, if y'all ever swipe on a person and y'all say, and she say, hey, meet me at the motel, not even a hotel, the Mosey Wozy. If she say, hey, meet me at this backwoods motel and I'm going to be on the last one on the bottom row, you set up. You getting set up. You don't know that you're getting set up if you swipe and there's some beautiful woman that live in the suburbs and she tell you to meet you at some sketchy motel. You don't know that either that's a police thing for prostitution or some pimp from Backpage, or you getting set up to get robbed by some men that ain't even looking remotely close to the woman that you swipe left to. Boy, come on, man. Y'all can't be this gullible. You can't be this gullible to think that a woman is just like, oh, meet me at this random motel with homeless people in it and migrants, and we just gonna get it on. Boy, a fool is born every single day. Every day a fool is born. Jesus Christ. Come on, man. Get it together. Stop getting robbed. Stop getting robbed. Look, if you ain't never got no box on the first date, or if you ain't never met no woman at the bar and she was feeling you like that, bro, this is not your lucky day. You did not just get lucky today. This is not just your birthday. Oh my God, I finally hit the jackpot. Man, you about to get robbed. You getting set up. They dropping your location. They putting a air tag on your license plate, bro. Stop feeling like y'all getting lucky. If you know that this is not what your normal routine is, then this is not normal for you, then don't fall for the okie doke. Oh, no. I see what y'all trying to do now. If you on there and you grinning and you got 3 teeth and then all of a sudden this woman that's beautiful start liking you, that's not even a woman. You getting set up. That's somebody over in Singapore. You know you can't attract nobody that look like that with 3 teeth. Stop. Think. What are you used to? Crackheads, meth addicts, fentanyl people, drug addicts. That's what you're used to sleeping with. If you're used to sleeping with those type of people, don't sit here and tell me that you hit the jackpot. Oh, man, look at this person. No, you about to be on 90 Day Fiance for the next 5 years, sending your money over to Thailand. Boy, you got a lady boy that's after you. Come on, y'all. Think. Come on, we got to be quick on our toes. This is why they don't want to give me the $30 million, because I'm going to be telling the truth. And they're going to be like, no, we want you to just keep it above board. I'm going to say, no, I got to keep these guys from getting robbed up to Mosey Wozy. We got to keep the people from getting robbed, okay? You know what you're used to. Stay in your lane, bro.
3 were taken into custody. Both Parham and Scruggs are facing a number of charges, including aggravated robbery, tampering with evidence, and possession of a firearm to commit a felony. And Sheriff Doolin has some words of wisdom for people.
Look at the people out there. Look at what she invited them to.
Possession of a firearm to commit a felony. And Sheriff Doolin.
You going over there to go get you some box? You gonna risk it all, huh? Just to get some box. You going in there? Well, Treverius is waiting on you in there, buddy.
Has some words of wisdom for people who use dating sites.
Just be careful. If it's too easy, that's probably not the right thing to do. It's got to be mindful of their safety.
Honest to God, on my father's grave, on everything, I have not seen this clip yet. This is my first time actually watching this clip. I have not seen this clip before reviewing it. Even John Doolin, the sheriff, said, listen, man, if it's too good to be true, you're probably getting finessed. He don't want to tell you like I'm going to tell you. The sheriff, John Doolin, look at sheriff. He ain't got no fade. He just got a straight up buzz cut on the sides. And he got the top like a horse's mane. He telling you, listen, man, if it's too good to be true and you going over there to the Mosey Wozy and it's only going to cost you $37 in order to rent it for an hour, it's probably not it. Be careful, bro. Tell him, John. I'm going to let John tell you again.
Easy.
Of wisdom for people who use dating sites.
Just be careful. If it's too easy, that's probably not the right thing to do. It's got to be mindful of their safety.
Bond for each is set at $200,000. I'm Ashley Paul, WREG News Channel 3.
So shout out to Travarius and Cornelius and all of his friends for setting y'all up. Come on, man. Focus. Shawnee, am I off or am I off? Am I off or am I off? Red Roof Inn ain't even $37.50. It's like $70, ain't it? $70 plus tax. Then when you go there, you got to tell them, hey, man, don't be sending nothing to my house. We not going to send nothing to your house. We just want your address for purposes related to the room. Next thing you know, you get home, you got some Red Roof Inn stuff coming in your mailbox. Why is Red Roof Inn sending stuff to the house? I don't know. You getting mad. They gonna lie to you. Look, I'm going to give y'all all to the game. When you go to the Mosey Wozy, they going to ask you for your address. Don't give it to them. All right? They going to start sending paraphernalia over to your house. Then your wife going to be asking you questions. What is this coming there? And they going to lie to you. They going to say, yeah, we're not sending nothing to your house. This is just for billing purposes. Oh, no. Oh, no. Take this P.O. box. Take this P.O. box. Send all mail, and I want to unsubscribe to emails, regular mail, and anything else. Unsubscribe. Tell her to put it in her name. Hey, you put it in your name. I'm not putting it in my name because I don't need no paraphernalia coming to my place. Get a prepaid card so it ain't on your credit card bill. You ain't going to be out there like Fannie Willis and Nathan Wade. Then they subpoenaing you and looking at your phone records. Get you a burner. I ain't going to tell y'all everything. Because then y'all going to be saying Anton lived an alternative life. That's your quick hits, y'all. That's your quick hits. I can't give you all the game. All I'm going to do is tell you what your mama should have told you, what your daddy should have groomed you for. I can't tell you where to get the burner from. I'm not telling you nothing. I don't know nothing. I didn't see nothing. If you told me that, if you tell them that Anton told you, I'm going to say you a lie. I'm cutting this part out the stream. Let me go ahead and read some of the super chats so we can get started for the day. I want my $30 million. I don't want the people over there at NBC and Fox News saying, Anton, we can't get you. We can't sign you because you telling them how to not get the paraphernalia sent to their house. I can't do that. I ain't trying to do that. I'm trying to get my money. Island Style says, good start to my first coaching call. Oh, man, we had a heck of a call yesterday. Didn't we, Island Styley? Said it's good to meet someone that will indirectly force you to pop out of your bubble. Thank you, coaching call number 2 on the way. Hey, I'm the truth out here. Listen, I'm telling y'all, it's not going to go the way that y'all going to go. What y'all think is going to go is definitely going to go another way, but it's going to be everything that you need in order to get you to the space you need to be at. Shout out to Island Styley. We had a heck of a call yesterday. It was fun. It was exciting, and it was information galore. So much game. Chris J says, good morning, people. Salute to the Chasers. You right about Detroit Police Department. Real decent professionals. I rock with them. Shout out to the Detroit Police. We love the Detroit Police. All right. Shout out to my people over there at DPD headquarters right up the street. Devastator says, well, now it's his turn. 30 years. No parole. Charles Freeman says, good mother of Jesus. She's a man in my Chris Tucker boys. God bless AD. Hashtag to the Chasers. Shout out to the Chasers. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. All right, y'all ready to get it popping? Y'all ready to get it popping? DJ Ace, you do know that the Tiege pack come with a special gift. It come with the nail clippers. I seen your DJ Ace. You said, oh, Tiege need to get the nail. It come with the free gift. One of the free gifts is the nail clippers. You didn't see the commercial in the beginning? You didn't see it? Hold on. Let me get the Tiege pack for you. Hold on one second. Before we continue with the show, I got to show you the nail clippers because y'all not paying. I want to make sure that I acknowledge. This ain't clickbait. Let me see where I can find where the nail clippers are. There it is. That's the nail clippers. It's high quality. It's a free gift. It come with your order. You don't even have to pay nothing different. Oh, okay. Let me call my people over at Tiege. You said they out at the web. Why y'all not ordering fast enough? All right. I got you, big dog. I got you. All right, y'all ready to get started with the show for real? Thank y'all for continuing to roll out with me. Make sure y'all tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. Let's get into the real news. Now, a little birdie told me, nah, they ain't really tell me. What they did say was, Anton, let me email this to you at antondaniels413@gmail.com. Yeah, they said, Anton, let me email this to you at antondaniels413@gmail.com. And I was getting flooded in my email, and they said, Anton, black migrants is over there protesting in New York. I said, y'all sure it ain't just migrants? It's only black migrants? They said, it's black migrants. I said, I got to see this for myself. Now. I haven't seen this. Every last one of these videos that I'm about to show y'all, I have not seen it. The only thing that I did was review it to make sure that it plays correctly. But I'm discovering it for the first time, just like you guys are discovering it. So my reaction is authentic. All right? I don't know what the context is. Let's get to it. They say black migrants. The name of the video is Black Migrants Rally Outside New York City Hall to Demand Better Treatment. Look like the Victim Olympics to me. Let's get into it.
Today, hundreds of black migrants, many from African countries, showed up at City Hall demanding better treatment. They say they just want a job and basic shelter.
And Chopper 2 was overhead this afternoon, showing the large group outside City Hall just how many people this issue is impacting. The steps of City Hall also packed. CBS 2's John Diaz reports now on the changes that they're calling for.
Every migrant we spoke with has something in common. They want to work. Right now, they're trying to cut through all the red tape that's stopping them, asking local leaders to put pressure on Washington, D.C. to make a change.
Oh, no. So wait a minute. Y'all came over here illegally. You came over here illegally from your trash bag, crash dummy countries and cities. And y'all already started running in the Victim Olympics? You got free housing, healthcare, schooling, motels, hotels, debit cards from Eric Adams. And y'all already doing the same thing that black people is already doing over here with the Black Lives Matters? Tell me it ain't. Somebody get Umar Johnson. Let me get Umar Johnson on the phone. Where they do this at? So y'all doing this, y'all taking the same playbook. Who taught them how to organize? Who taught them how to protest? Who told them that protesting was legal for people that's over here illegally? You ain't even got no green card. Y'all call Ben Crump, Al Sharpton? Umar Johnson is out there with you. Who told you this? Amanda Seals? This is not a thing. This cannot, I am not observing this. I'm not observing people that's over here illegally and got everything handed to them protesting at New York City Hall for better treatment. Oh my God, I gotta see this.
As dozens rallied on the steps outside City Hall and hundreds showed up in support nearby inside the council chambers, tears were shed for all black migrants impacted by what advocates are calling unfair treatment.
They are here to show you that they belong and that they are here and that they should not be erased. Please listen to them.
Tuesday, City Council members held its first hearing to learn more about the experiences black migrants have been going through in New York.
Black migrants have reported verbal and physical abuse due to the color of their skin.
Federal immigration laws are either slowing down the process for these migrants to get working permits, or depending on what country they come from, it makes them ineligible.
But when they give our work permits, we can work and take care of ourselves.
Governor Kathy Hochul has tried to speed along the process. These migrants are also up in arms over language access barriers and temporary shelters, saying 30 days isn't long enough.
Language barriers, so we got to accommodate you not being able to speak no English? Oh, no. Somebody get Candace Owens on the phone. Where is Ben Carson? Trump, we need you in office. What is happening out here in the United States of Americas? I cannot believe this. I cannot believe this. No way, no how. We are living in a simulation, ladies and gentlemen.
This mother and her 2 kids have been staying at the Humanitarian Relief Center at Floyd Bennett Field. But she says the city should be providing more assistance.
What I expect to have like a help from American people, I did not see that.
Oh, she just like all of the other black women that we got to deal with on a regular basis that's out here doing the things that's the worst for the community. You a single baby mama with 2 kids and you talking about what you... Jesus Christ. Y'all about to make me end this live stream early. I can't believe what I'm watching in real time. In a minute, she going to be telling y'all on a YouTube channel to make sure that you treat men mean and then make sure that you get you a step baby daddy. I am amazed that this is actually happening in the United States of the Americas. I am flabbergasted, at a loss for words, No way, no how. No way, no how. This can't be real.
Have like a help from American people. I did not see that.
The relief center continues to be a point of contention for Republican council member Vicky Palladino, who says the city is already giving the migrants too much.
This is absolute insanity at its finest.
And most migrants we saw out here today were young men, but also we saw some families, including children and even some infants.
This is crazy. This is give us free.
Today, we are having a hearing censoring the experiences of black immigrants in New York City. And
illegal migrants.
You are not overwhelmed by the beautiful black faces that are present here today and surrounding City Hall. Something is profoundly wrong with you.
Now, hundreds of illegals gathered outside of City Hall today ahead of a New York City Council hearing on what's called the Black Migrant Experience. Now, the goal presumably was
they didn't
to
already
better
separated themselves
understand how
based
the
off of
city is
race.
addressing language.
They didn't already separate themselves off of race. Shout out, listen, this ain't nothing but Roland Martin and Umar Johnson's fault. They done already separated themselves based off of race. This is a real thing. This is real life, y'all.
Access barriers, cultural competency challenges, health needs, and other roadblocks that the so-called newcomers face.
I am surrounded right now by hundreds of illegal immigrants from New Guinea and also from Haiti, all right? So majority single men from Africa. We have been told as American citizens that all of these people are coming into our country because they are seeking asylum, but every single migrant that I've spoken to today has talked about how they are here simply to work.
Joining me now, Savannah Hernandez, Frontlines reporter for Turning Point USA. Savannah, well, these are economic migrants. These are not refugees, and we all know that. That's just ludicrous. But what else did you find?
Well, Laura, I went and I spoke to a lot of these people as well as I could, many of them speaking French. But what I found is that they were here to plead with the city for more resources. The same thing that we find every single time when we come to New York. More migrants, more people asking for handouts. I was at one of the local NGOs, and one of the most shocking things that I've discovered this trip is that not only are they giving these migrants free tickets throughout the entire United States, but also around the world, because that is how desperate New York is getting to get these migrants out of their city. But because it is such a nice setup here, right, with the sanctuary city, free hotels, free food, free daycare, free medical care, they want to stay here.
Well, some of the illegals did not appreciate you one bit, Savannah. Watch.
Miss, don't do that. I'm sorry, but this is the United States. We have the First Amendment here. We are allowed to actually film. Okay, well, you don't get to tell me what I can and cannot film. You guys are out here in public today. So, welcome to the United States of America here. Where are you guys from? Where are you from? Where are you from? No, nobody wants to talk to me about where you guys are from?
Savannah, were you ever afraid there in that group, or it's just people were kind of annoyed and irritated?
Absolutely, Laura. There was a huge language barrier here. These are all single adult men that are convening. Again, as I walked into City Hall today, or I guess the area in front of it, there were thousands of single men here. I think I saw maybe in total 10 to 20 women in the crowd. It's majority men, and they're all here to take the resources of New York City. It seems extremely unsafe. And I've talked to a lot of New Yorkers as well who are extremely upset about the situation.
Oh, yeah.
There was even a grandmother who was outside of this NGO who told me off the record, she was like, I'm in mourning right now. Please do not record me. But an illegal immigrant just killed my granddaughter. So I'm extremely upset about this situation. And then, a couple minutes later, I have a Russian immigrant leaving this NGO singing about how he's getting a free trip to Chicago.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Oh, man. This is crazy, bro. I just can't believe that we even living in this country and that this is our norm. And the people, y'all going for it. Don't y'all know that this was what y'all voted for? And they giving them plane tickets to anywhere that they want to go. You get a free trip, bro. Oh, man. Wow. Wow. And they act just like y'all. Took every single talking point, mobilized, separated themselves based off of race, ran in the Victim Olympics, took the resources, and then they said, don't record me on top of that. Black Beauty, you support this? Is what you going for, Black Beauty? This is why I had to kill Fight Club. You know what I'm saying? Therese Kushranada says gangs in New York 2024. Oh, we gonna get there. I'm gonna talk about New York. Let me bring New York to the front of the congregation. Dominique Williams says it's almost like this country isn't ours anymore. It belongs to everyone else. Zach says, where that same energy for Black Americans being displaced by them? I thought that these was y'all brothers. These is y'all brothers. Brothers. All right. Let's continue. So New York. Let's talk about New York. Let's talk about New York. Mr. Vin, you can't put up with it. Neither can I. Neither can I. And that's why we've been on this for the entire time that we've been on the air. We've been on it. We've been on it. But New York City itself couldn't handle itself, couldn't manage its own finances, couldn't even fix the trash problem, have a rat problem everywhere. It's horrible. It's absolutely horrible in New York. And it's practically plunging into chaos and insanity. For example, this is one of the few things that happens on a daily basis in the city that y'all love so much that's managed by Eric Adams. Check it out.
Gunfire ringing out in the Bronx when gunmen on mopeds shot and killed one man and injured 3 others.
Yeah, police say there were at least 2 shooters on 2 separate scooters. Was this a coordinated attack? Are they part of a larger gang? Those are questions investigators are looking at this morning. Good Day's Briella Tomasetti is in the Mount Eden section of the Bronx this morning with the very latest. Briella, good morning.
Yeah, Dan and Tashani, good morning to both of you. A lot of questions surrounding this case, but what we do know is that those mopeds, the scooters, are becoming a huge problem across pretty much all 5 boroughs. It's unknown at this point whether the deadly shooting was gang-related. Police say they still have to investigate. They are only at the beginning of that investigation. They have vowed to crack down on illegal scooter activity, specifically in this area. Police have also ID'd the 29-year-old victim as Miguel Doleo of the Bronx.
We heard a lot of blah, 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 maybe 8, maybe 10.
Witnesses recalled running for cover the moment gunshots rang out at a busy intersection in the Mount Eden section of the Bronx. 1 person has died and 3 others are recovering after the brazen shootout. It all happened on the southwest corner of East Mount Eden Avenue and Townsend Avenue at around 6:15 yesterday evening.
There were 2 scooters that came eastbound on Mount Eden, with 2 males on each scooter abreast. The rear passengers of those scooters pulled out firearms. That's 2 firearms. And they fired approximately 10 rounds.
4 men were shot, ranging in age from 23 to 37 years old. 3 of them were struck in the leg, while a 29-year-old man was hit in the chest and leg. He was rushed to the hospital, where he later died. The suspects, in the meantime, took off northbound on Townsend Avenue toward the Cross Bronx Expressway.
The perpetrators wore masks and hoodies to block their identities. We don't have no police activity. We don't have nothing in this avenue. And we need police activity.
But the NYPD says it's beefed up its presence in the neighborhood following a recent wave of e-scooter crime.
9,500 scooters.
Did they say e-scooter crime? Jesus Christ. We got e-scooter crime? So y'all on electric scooters? So y'all go and charge up y'all scooters before y'all do your crimes now? Only in New York. Only in the United States of America and in New York.
Dirt bikes and ATVs we have taken off the street since January 1st to now. Out of those 9,500, 2,500 in the Bronx alone.
During that same time period, police made 1,300 arrests and issued 989 summonses involving suspects riding scooters. Officers also took 18 guns off the streets in the 44th and 46th precincts between April 1st and April 9th.
As a result of this incident, we're going to be bringing back our community response teams. Those are the officers that you see in the tan pants, and they will be focusing primarily on individuals riding around with illegal scooters, dirt bikes, and ATVs.
Now, one person was taken into custody here at the scene, but police say that was actually for an unrelated incident. At this point, no other arrests have been made for now.
Of course, no other arrests have been made. So shout out to the e-scooter gangs. We don't know who they are, riding around with hoodies on. Even if they get caught, we know that they're going to go ahead and get released without bond. And so, yeah, that's just New York. But listen. People are not just riding around doing e-scooter crimes. No, New York is much, much better than that. We also have grown men with wild hair punching kids. Just randomly punching kids. You don't believe me?
Now to some other news. The suspect arrested for punching a 9-year-old girl at Grand Central has been arraigned and is being held on $100,000 bail. Fox 9's Kendall Green spoke with commuters at Grand Central about what happened and if...
Look at them pretty girls right there. They need to come and do an interview on Don't Do Coke in the Bathroom. Don't worry, Tia Marie. I'm still focused. I just wanted to take time out to acknowledge the same way that I acknowledged Fiona with the dress on. I got to acknowledge these ladies right here to make sure that I give them credit where credit is due. We want to be equal accountability partners across the board.
They've ever experienced anything similar.
Some have seen him around Grand Central Terminal. Have you seen this dude?
I'm not going to lie. Probably.
While others haven't, but it's safe to say he's been an ongoing public safety concern. Police arrested Jean Carlos Zarzuela, accused of punching a 9-year-old girl in the face at Grand Central Terminal Saturday morning.
There's always wild thing happening. This is New York. Okay. This is New York, y'all. You just got to be careful.
The 30-year-old attacker reportedly sent the little girl to a local hospital, both dizzy and in pain. Now, baristas, shoe shiners, they work here at Grand Central Terminal every day. They tell us they've seen their fair share of incidents, but this latest one certainly raises their eyebrows.
All I remember was a big crowd forming, and there was some girl was like, he hit me. I'm like, oh, someone get hit. And then, like 20 seconds later, just mad keys, jingling. Mad cops running. But I guess he had already dipped off, but it's good to know they caught him, though.
But police say the unprovoked attack followed multiple prior arrests, one in particular for allegedly punching an elderly woman on April 4th, less than 2 weeks before. Regarding that...
What is up with... Yeah. He looked like one of them. Y'all know what one of them are? Do I got to say it? He looked like one of them. Yeah, he looked like one of them. Why? Do y'all know why suckers like this punch little kids and elderly people? Because they usually look for the path of least resistance. That's why it's important for women to stay under the covering of men, because they don't usually attack you when you walking with another man. When you under the covering of men, when you moving with a man and you operate in the way that you're supposed to operate, you then avoid and you are safe as ever. They don't attack you when you with a man. They don't. They look for the path of least resistance to then do some of the worst things to you.
That attack, he was arraigned on charges including assault, reckless endangerment, and harassment, but freed without bail.
A lot of the times there is.
But freed, I want y'all to remember that last part that they said. Let me play it for you again just so y'all can remember what we got going on in this country, in California, Oakland, San Francisco, New York. I want y'all to remember what they saying. Listen.
Assault, reckless endangerment 2 weeks before. Regarding that attack, he was arraigned on charges including assault, reckless endangerment, and harassment, but freed without bail.
But freed without bail. Beating up on elderly people. Arrested. And freed without bail. No resistance. No problems. Let them on out. Let them be a habitual offender. And then let them go punch on some 9-year-old girl. Free without bail. This is what Jay-Z advocated for. This is what Meek Mill advocated for. This is what all of your favorite entertainers advocated for while they living in a fortress that you can't get over to. They said that they want the criminals out on your street and they want you free without bail. I don't know. I have no clue how they out here punching on older people and kicking little kids and assaulting people and they get free without bail.
Charges including assault, reckless endangerment, and harassment, but freed without bail.
A lot of the times there is a lot of, I'd say people that, homeless people that always wander around here. Yes, they do cause a lot of trouble. And yes, they do kind of frequently, bother us or sometimes, other people too. But it never really gets to the point where it gets too dramatic like how it happened, over the weekend.
At last check, Manhattan District Attorney's Office shared Zarzuela was arraigned on 2 counts of third-degree assault, endangerment of a child, attempted assault, and harassment. He's being held on a $100,000 bail, while the attacker's dent on the perception of public safety will far outlast his arrest.
My safety concerns is just making sure that I am from building to train, nothing outside of that.
We used to be able to take a little tour of New York, observe, wait, look at the buildings. Oh my God, look at New York. Empire State Building. Wasn't King Kong up there beating on his chest? You can't do that no more. You got to get straight to where you got to go. Don't look up. Don't pass go. Don't collect $200. None of that. But listen. I don't think that we giving New York the credit that it deserves. I mean, you got black migrants that's out here or black illegal immigrants coming over to this country protesting for y'all to give them more, even though y'all giving them everything. You got people punching little girls and beating up elderly people when they getting out without bail. Honestly, I think that New York get a bad rap. And so the police and Mayor Eric Adams decided that he wanted to crack down on illegal vendors. Check it out.
Well, for the second day in a row, the NYPD raided a strip of illegal vendors in Queens.
Mayor Adams says the situation there is a byproduct of the migrant crisis. Lizette Nunez has more from Jackson Heights this morning. What's going on? Were police there earlier today?
Yeah, they sure were, Rosanna and Kurt. There was a lot of police patrolling the area here on Roosevelt Avenue. Sorry it's a little bit loud right now because the train is just going overhead of me. But yes, a big police presence this morning. And most of those street vendors are believed to be migrants. And the mayor did address that. He believed a lot of these migrants are turning to different ways to make a few bucks because some of them are not legally authorized to work. For the second day in a row, the NYPD has taken down illegal street vendors along Roosevelt Avenue in Jackson Heights, Queens. This is video from Monday's raid, where officers were seen confiscating merchandise, ranging from clothes, jewelry, and power tools. Some of the goods are reportedly stolen. Yesterday, Mayor Adams addressed the issue, which...
Well, of course it's stolen. How do you think they got it if they don't got no money or if they're not using a debit card for food? Trading in a debit card for money and then investing in them. What you think, that they flipping it? Of course it's stolen. How else you think they got it?
He believes is tied to the ongoing migrant crisis.
Some of the problems we're facing, in our city, this is the byproduct
of bringing thousands of people to a city and telling them they cannot work. This is what we're seeing.
Quality of life issues are nothing new in this part of Jackson Heights. Neighbors and businesses have repeatedly complained about prostitution in the area. Back in January, the NYPD shut down multiple brothels along Roosevelt Avenue. At first glance, they look like massage parlors, but authorities believe prostitution and sex trafficking was taking place in these locations.
Ain't nothing like a good old rub and tug, huh, police? Huh, New York? Hey, New York, ain't nothing like a good rub and tug, right?
This is what we're seeing. Councilman Moya and I, some of the illegal shops, sex trafficking that is taking place. All of this is a byproduct. You know, I keep telling folks, you have 3,000 people on Randall's Island that cannot do anything all day. That's just not right.
Yeah, so pretty calm this morning. Here's the thing, when these raids happen, it does spook some of these vendors, so they stop selling for a day or two, but then once things cool down, they see police leave the area, well, they come back out here and set back up, so this just ends up being a cycle here. That's latest here from Jackson Heights. Kurt and Rosanna will send things back.
So, New York has officially become Venezuela. New York has officially become the place that they ran from. Yes. Remember they said, hey, we welcome all migrants here. We rocking with it. And now they brought them here. Biden won't address it. And it's just getting worse and worse every single day. Now they selling cootie cat. Bet you ain't heard that word in a long time. Now they selling cootie cat. Yep. Selling cootie cat. They call them massage parlors in the middle of a busy business district. Gotta love the city of New York. If you can't make it in New York, if you can make it in New York, they say that you can make it anywhere. Let me read some of these super chats, and then we're going to continue over with the show. Mr. Vince says, I can't put up with no more ninjas. I don't blame you, big dog. Brittany B says, Fight Club was unalived. Nah, it ran its course. It was time for us to go ahead and put that to sleep, put it to pasture. So, off to bigger and better things. Life is good. Luther Young says, I remember when illegal immigrants used to hide from the government. Now they're in their face begging for more rights. They used to be scared from ICE, immigration, customs enforcement. Prince Elian says many of those migrants showed up to City Hall because local activists falsely promised that they would receive work visas or green cards if they did. Black Beauty says, what about Tanisha Whitlow? She's not pretty. I don't know who Tashania, not Tanashia. All right, Anton is pronounced as Tashania Whitlow. Who is Tashania Whitlow? Let me look her up. Tashania Whitlow. Okay, she okay? She just regular. On Good Day, New York, she's just a regular black woman. She looked like a normal black woman. I don't see nothing wrong with her. What's wrong with her? I don't know. Oh, you saying she not pretty? So you saying, is she pretty? She just basic. She just regular. She just regular. She just a normal chick. I don't see nothing wrong with her. I don't have nothing. I didn't call her no name. You know what I'm saying? I ain't call her no name. I just think that she a regular girl. She normal. She normal. Jake Fever says he would have been effed up if I'd seen him do that. I hear you, big dog. Tashania. Yeah, I got you, Arturo. Ken J says, we don't have the jail infrastructure that's required for this influx of criminals. We also don't have the nerve to deal with them effectively. I agree. We ain't got nothing for nobody. Can't even take care of ourselves when we already bringing people in. Now, it's important for me to mention this next thing because Milwaukee, y'all out here harboring criminals. I heard that Milwaukee is out here harboring criminals. I heard that black woman is on the hunt. Or maybe they're being hunted. Let me say that again. I heard that black women are being hunted by Milwaukee killers. Oh, y'all think that it's a game, huh? You think that it's a game? No, this is serious. This is real life. Check it out.
The new search for remains in the killing of a 19-year-old Milwaukee woman. Prosecutors have charged Maxwell Anderson with homicide, mutilation, and arson in the death of 19-year-old Shade Robinson. She was last seen on a date with Anderson April 1st. On April 2nd, someone found a severed leg in Cudahy's Warnemont Park.
Before we get into this, shout out to my divestors. Remember when y'all said y'all wanted to be passport cysts? And I listen. Love to the family, condolences. Y'all got to be careful who y'all out here hanging with. I keep trying to tell you. I know you want something foreign. Hey, who you talking to? He's a French model. Bonjour. He's not a French model. He a regular white man that was a bartender hunting for black women so that he can go ahead and cut off a couple legs. Y'all keep listening to Sprinkles and all of these women out here keep telling y'all, ooh, go ahead, girl, get you go get this. Treat them bad. They'll do this better for you and all of this. All right. Okay. All right. 19-year-old woman. 19 years old. 19 years old. You a child to me. You a child to me. Stay in a child's place. And y'all keep telling me, Anton, why are you so overprotective? Because it's monsters walking around outside. It's monsters walking around outside every day. Every single show, I show you the monsters that's waiting for you. You just so happen to not be walking down the wrong street at the wrong time or going into the wrong bar or meeting the wrong person on a swipe left or the swipe right. You just so happen to not be doing this. And so you okay. For now. It's monsters walking around.
Second, someone found a severed leg in Cudahy's Warnemont Park. Prosecutors say DNA evidence shows that it is Robinson's. Remains found in other areas have not yet officially been linked to Robinson. As 12 News' Emily Polfar reports, Robinson's family and friends are looking for more volunteers in the search.
Now we want y'all to look up the bluff and down on the ground. Y'all know what y'all looking for? Yes. Okay. I just want to warn you.
Grit and determination through grief. Another day of searching for Shade Robinson's remains and searching for closure for her family.
I think everybody's just overwhelmed.
Tracking through water and mud, Robinson's cousin sits in Warnemont Park after searching all day, too exhausted to go on camera.
It's just tiring because we're not getting anywhere. But our family needs peace and we need closure, so I don't want to stop.
A group of about 20. They're searching places mentioned in the criminal complaint of Robinson's suspected killer, Maxwell Anderson, accused of scattering her body parts across Milwaukee County. The search party spent most of Saturday looking here in Warnemont Park. People we spoke to say they came out to help search to try to bring peace to Robinson's family.
It was really hard terrain, and you kind of have to be a madman to do it well.
This is Robinson's friend Josh.
I felt compelled to do that. I owed that to her.
The pair met at Pizza Shuttle, where Robinson worked.
She was gorgeous, and her smile could like brighten anyone's day, and she just had that personality where she could cheer you up.
The group is still learning how to organize a widespread search party, and they're doing it with little help.
I've never been part of a search or anything like this before.
People want to get on the water because obviously she might be in the water and we don't have the resources.
In Warnemont Park, Emily Pofall, WISN 12 News.
The Milwaukee County Sheriff's Office telling 12 News tonight all known locations have been searched multiple times, also saying the search is ongoing as they continue to identify possible new locations through investigation. And the man charged with killing Robinson is on your screen, Maxwell Anderson. He's in jail tonight on a $5 million bond. He is expected back in court later this month.
So let's learn more about our Milwaukee friends out here in these streets. Again, his name is Maxwell Anderson. Mr. Anderson.
He's a Milwaukee bartender now at the center of an investigation into a severed leg. 12 News Investigates is learning more about Maxwell Anderson, including what law enforcement sources tell us they found in his basement.
Anderson has not been charged. At the same time, 19-year-old Sade Robinson has been missing for 10 days.
Police say she was last seen April 1st with her burnt car later found near 30th and Lisbon.
This past weekend, investigators discovered human remains near 31st and Galena over 3 consecutive days.
Now, this is the second place a body part was found in Milwaukee County in a week. That severed leg was found in Warnemont Park in Cudahy on April 2nd.
12 News' Hannah Hilliard is live outside Anderson's home near 39th in Oklahoma. And Hannah, you've been looking into his past all day long.
Yeah, Joyce and Patrick, and we have uncovered a lot, including Anderson's ties to Waukesha County and what sources are telling us investigators found inside this home exactly 1 week ago. This is the man behind bars, but not yet charged.
In the interest of Maxwell Stephen Anderson.
Appearing in court in connection to a case that's captivated Milwaukee. Who is Maxwell Anderson? We know he's a Southside resident whose house at 39th in Oklahoma was searched by investigators 2 days after someone found a severed leg on the Lake Michigan shore in Cudahy. 12 News has confirmed the 33-year-old man has ties to Waukesha County, attending Kettle Moraine, Catholic Memorial, and Pewaukee high schools in the early 2000s. Anderson has a criminal record, a 2014 misdemeanor disorderly conduct conviction in Waukesha County after an incident with a family member in Delafield, and in 2015, a misdemeanor domestic violence case out of Door County. For the last few years, he's worked at several Milwaukee bars.
He works full-time,
including the Rave from 2018 to 2020, most recently working at Victor's nightclub on the east side. A woman who claims she met Anderson there spoke to 12 News by phone, but asked not to be identified out of fear for her safety. She says he once invited her to his Southside home.
Jeffrey Dahmer. Jeffrey Dahmer. I keep telling y'all, stop going home with these people. You keep going home with them. She met him. Other girls met him. He proposed, hey, baby, hey. You want to have a drink with me at my house? No, I just live right up the street. We can walk there. No, I'm just kind of like a hippie, just living life, enjoying life. Probably had his hair up in a man bun. Maybe made a couple TikTok videos. No, I'm just living life. I'm just free and outgoing and just having a good time. Think about all of the women that's probably watching this and thinking to themselves, man, I'm glad I didn't go home with him. Man, I'm happy I didn't go home with him. That could be me, whose remains is scattered about and people are looking for me tomorrow. I wonder, here's my real question. I wonder how many people he actually did this to already. If she is the only one, if that woman is the only one that he did this to, or is this his very, very first time of ever doing this?
I remember there being something about a hole in the yard, and this was back in fall. I remember asking about it, and he was like, oh, I'm building a garden.
In a view from News Chopper 12,
all right, that looks like a hole there, actually.
a gaping hole next to Anderson's house was visible earlier this week. Inside the home,
And when I got in, just kind of seemed like he was in the middle of a whole bunch of renovations, but kind of seemed like the kind of guy that never would finish them.
Thursday, 12 News learned from multiple law enforcement sources Anderson had what is described as a sex dungeon in his basement.
So I got a little bit of a tour, and he was like, do you want to see the basement? And I was like, no, I'm okay. He's like, it's creepy down there. And I was like, no, that's okay.
Now, Hannah, Anderson hasn't been charged, but is still being held after almost a week in jail.
Right, Joy. So the court did give prosecutors an additional 72 hours to either charge Anderson or release him. Those 72 hours run out tomorrow morning. We will, of course, be sure to stay on top of any developments and bring them to you as they happen on air and online.
Hannah Hilliard live in Milwaukee. And as we have been reporting, that 72-hour hold on Maxwell Anderson expires tomorrow. We asked legal expert Craig Mastantuono about what could happen next.
If he's released, that doesn't stop prosecutors and police from continuing to gather evidence and potentially charge Mr. Anderson at a later date. In other words, tomorrow's not a dismissal or move forward date. It's a move forward with a complaint or release the suspect.
Hey, I got a sex dungeon downstairs. You want to see it? Hey, dog, ain't that a line directly from that Jeffrey Dahmer Netflix series or the Jeffrey Dahmer Netflix thing that he had going on? I got a sex dungeon downstairs. Do you want to see it? What? In the basement. Man. So, rest in peace to that young lady. I'm wondering how many people actually is a part of what it is that he had going on, and that's very much unfortunate. So, prayers up for her and her family. We don't like to see bad things happen to good people. All right, Mr. Maximus says, go ahead and close those parlors down. Box was trash anyway. Facts. Close those New York parlors down. We don't want to see none of that trashy box. They already gave it away in Venezuela for free. We don't want none of that trashy box. All right, so let's move on with the show. This is the part that I'm really excited to get to, these next two stories. Now that we got past the general news, and that the reason why you guys want to be very careful and keep yourself safe and aware is because there's a lot of tomfoolery and demonic powers that's walking around. Now, last year, this is the fun part, okay? And this is what I discovered. Now, a lot of you guys are gonna see this and you'll be like, "What? Yeah. Last year, I did a story on Trevor Bauer, right? You remember him, Toy? I remember him too, right? And Trevor Bauer got finessed. Not only did he get finessed, but on top of that, he basically lost a lot of money. MLB player. Baseball and basketball players have some of the most lucrative contracts in all of sports outside of what they call football or soccer outside of the United States of America, right? And again, he was running it up. He was getting to a bag. As a matter of fact, let me go ahead and give you a little bit of insight from his accuser at the time, who I think her name was Lindsay Hill. And I actually played this for you on a previous Millionaire Morning show. This is some of what she was saying.
Yesterday, we discussed the conclusion of former Major League Baseball player Trevor Bauer. How can you expect anyone to believe that?
That's a great question. I really appreciate you having me on to even have this conversation. Obviously, there's a lot going on around this, so I really appreciate people who are asking questions about it. The first thing I want to say is, I think that Trevor did this intentionally with the text messages and how he framed his video. There's several things in it that are not correct. And I just want to start out by saying, it's so valid for people to question those text messages. But the root of the problem here is that he is presenting this as one conversation, when in reality he had thousands of messages to choose from, took those, made it look sequential, which it was not. There is no combined screenshot of those things going on one after the other. And as I said last night as well, there's no text message that ever exists. Otherwise he would have, put it out there, combining, anything about a setup through rough sex, finances all in one. Those were handpicked, and they were from multiple different conversations all before we met up. And I think that the video in general doesn't even talk about what actually happened between us two, which is what would have come out during a jury trial. These were all messages that happened before. And then of course the video is so valid as well for people to ask questions about. But I do think that video was entirely misleading. He also references the restraining order hearing, which people also have questions about. He says that he was cleared of any wrongdoing, which is actually incorrect. In our civil case, the judge had actually ruled that he had not been cleared of any wrongdoing, and that was a federal court judge. So
I want to get to the domestic violence restraining order hearing as well, but I mean, so you're saying that it's misleading because you're admitting that you did talk about rough sex and wanting rough sex. You did talk about him needing to choke you out. You did talk about stealing his money, but it's misleading because he put them together in the same video as if you had said it in the same conversation when in fact it was separate conversations, correct? That's why it's misleading?
Correct, and as well as not showing, the messages that occurred after where it discusses it strictly in the term of, being a baseball wife or something like that.
Or something like that. Okay. I'm just curious if you know, like, the statistical likelihood of you texting your friend premeditated texts saying you wanted him to choke you out and steal his money, take his money, and him actually choking you out, and those two things not being related.
It's a really, really valid question. And like I said, I think you would need to look through each conversation. Those were handpicked. But I can, like I said last night, completely own the fact that those were overly sarcastic, overly inappropriate to some may seem. And it does give off that impression about clout chaser and totally attention-seeking behavior. But I just feel that they have, nothing to do with what actually took place. But it does.
So that's a general idea of who this Lindsey Hill was that we discussed at some point late last year or in the beginning of the year about Trevor Bauer and how he was accused of something, lost a whole lot of money as a result of it, and then had to fight for justice, and then they didn't give it as much coverage after he got accused as they did when he did get accused, right? It's always guilty by public opinion, guilty in the eyes of the people. You're guilty in the eyes of public opinion and by social media before you ever get a jury trial, before you ever go to court. And this is one of the same things that I was saying about Cassie and everybody else, right? We don't know who's what until we get the text messages. Y'all said that about Nathan Wade and Fannie Willis, and then, she was pistol grip pump P or F, Fannie or whatever, right? But the idea of it is that we always jump to conclusions and say somebody should go to jail or somebody did something or somebody should lose their job, even though we live in a country that's supposed to be innocent until proven guilty. Now, Trevor Bauer got Me Too'd. That's the other part of this. He got Me Too'd. And Trevor Bauer is speaking about it because he has a channel in which he has a conversation about it. And the woman that he got Me Too'd with, roll with me here, we going down a rabbit hole. The woman that he got Me Too'd by just so happened to be a black woman. But it doesn't stop there. Here's Trevor Bauer's assessment of getting Me Too'd, but now the woman that tried to ride the coattails and get him set up also, she's facing charges.
One of the women who accused me of sexual assault just got indicted for committing felony fraud against me. Imagine that. Now, let me catch you up to speed. In the last 3 years, 2 women have taken legal action against me. Lindsey Hill started all of this. You may remember her from this video as the girl who set me up and lied to the world in an attempt to take my money. Well, today, the only other one, Darcy Adana Asimonu, has been criminally indicted for committing felony fraud against me and another man. So now she's facing up to 16 years in prison. Her claims are even more absurd than Lindsay's were, so here's Here's some of the details. We had one plain sexual encounter in December of 2020. Nothing that could be considered remotely rough. She initiated it, but don't take my word for it. Take hers. This is a picture and text message she sent me the next morning explaining why she came on to me. And for months afterwards, she repeatedly requested to sleep with me again. For example, this text from January 7th, 2021. At one point, she even requested a sample of my sperm so she could have my child whenever she wanted to in the future.
So she could have his child whenever she wanted to in the future. Now, I'm looking at this, and I'm looking at the pictures, and I'm looking at the cover photo, and I'm looking at the pictures, and we're going to come back to Trevor Bauer, all right? We're going to come back to him. But what's odd about this is this woman just seems so familiar, and I'm like, where did I see this woman at? Where did I see her at? What's going on? She was on the Balloon Pop show, and she was the one with the sassy attitude, long legs, and had a lot to say to every man about how they don't measure up, and that a woman of her caliber was so awesome. Yet she was on a Balloon Pop show. I said, no way. This is impossible. There's no way that a woman that's on the Balloon Pop show is the same woman that tried to finesse Trevor Bauer in a Me Too. Impossible. No way. You don't believe me? Let me fast forward it to it. There she is, the very first one that shows up on the Balloon Pop show. I am not kidding you, Brandy. I am not kidding you, Belle. I'm not kidding you, Treese. I'm not kidding you, Fi Brown. I'm not kidding you, Enforcer. No. Yes. They're all recycling. So before I play this Balloon Pop show, let me say this, okay? Because I was looking at it this morning. I said, what the heck is going on? Now, before we get into Balloon Pop show real quick, so you can see what her attitude and her disposition were towards the men and why she had such a nasty attitude at them in the first place. Am I right or am I right? You say, Anton, what do you write about? Every single video that I do on a regular basis in which I say we have to hold these people accountable for the things that they do because they are bad for our community, and I'm an equal accountability smoke giver. I hold men accountable and I hold women accountable, but the only ones that complain about it are who? People in a green dress. People in the green dress, and they say, Anton, you don't know what you're talking about. I know what I'm talking about. Just give it some time. Give it some time. We're going to revisit it. Give it some time. We're going to be right back here having a conversation, and I'm going to say, I told you so. I'm going to say, I told you so. Yes, give it some time. We're going to get there. So let's fast forward a little bit and see if we can find a segment of the show where she had a lot to say about a lot of different people.
We got great nightlife out there.
Hold on, let me see if I can roll mine.
Cool. All right.
So, my name's Adana, and I'm full grown. My talent about myself is that I know myself.
Yeah. Cool. All right. Good. We just gonna get
Popping Adonis.
I didn't really. Yeah, she popped it because she felt it. She felt it, but like, I wasn't really sure about her answer. Like it was. It was like explanatory, but it didn't really answer what I was asking, more or less. You know what I mean?
I didn't give too much of an answer because I was still.
On
I was
the fence?
hoping someone would say something that I was thinking before I could say it.
I feel it.
But
Everybody hikes in here.
I popped it because. Yeah, I was trying to figure out what it was, but yeah, it was definitely the distraction of the see-through pant, and then
they ivory,
the jewelry, like the earrings for me.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
No, I feel
if I
it.
have to go, based off looks,
Yeah, we splitting hairs in here, so.
more or less.
More or less. All right.
Okay, and then let's go down here. You end up.
That's her. That's her. Listen, y'all on these dating shows like fools. And y'all over here pitching yourselves and y'all throwing yourselves at these funky hoes that don't have your best interests at heart. And then we see them and they jump on these shows and they talk about what they are. This hoe is facing 16 years. 16 years. And at the end of that sentence, found out it wasn't his. She gives me money. Yeah. Y'all pitching yourself to this woman. Let's see where we can get her sentiment is. Come on, let's talk about it, Adana.
Okay, let's go to our next lady here.
Hi, my name's Adana, and I popped my balloon because I just feel like maybe you're the type of guy that I would see in passing and just say hello and that's it and keep it moving. But you do have a cool, energy about you. And in addition, you just said you like shorter women. I'm on the taller spectrum.
She on there to promote herself, y'all. Listen, I know the finesse. I seen it well. She's on this show to promote herself. She looking for a next come up, next dummy. And the reason that she feeling so haughty is because she already tried to meet too a baseball player that she done slept with already. She's sleeping with all of these guys already. Look, man, I'm telling you. I said it when I first looked at her. When I first reviewed this video, I spotted it. I spotted it a long time ago, and I was right. I spotted it a long time ago, and I was dead right. Absolutely. On the spot. 100%. They all finessing you. Anton, no. Some people just got to pass. Some people can come back. No. I know it. I seen it. I spotted it. And I said, that one in the green, that's the Me Tooer. That's the finesser. That's the one that's out here busting it down for a real one and then trying to come back and then stealing for everything that he got. Now that she seen Lindsay tried to get her civil suit. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And I was right. I'm always right. I'm always right. You can't finesse me. You can't trick me. I'm always right 100% of the time. Yes, I am.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
And how are you feeling her?
You're not really my type.
That's
right. You are pretty. You carry yourself, I look at beauty in so many different ways. You carry yourself very well. I like your outfit. It's just not something like if I saw her, we were going out, I would be like, can you change? You know what I mean? And it's not that it's bad. It's just that I'm not into that type of,
Different caliber.
Different, yeah. I like artsy women that like art and different type of things like that. Yeah.
Expense.
You can be artsy and expensive at the same time.
I didn't
Trust
say,
me.
I didn't say expensive.
Oh, I thought you said. I'm sorry. I thought you said
You told on
expensive.
yourself.
Yeah.
You told on yourself.
No.
And look at them. All of these girls is giggling. They think that they awesome. Hello? This is Anton. I'm all right. How you doing? Okay, yeah. Can you call me in like 35 minutes? Yeah, that's fine. Thank you.
Oh, I thought that's what you said.
Do y'all see all of the giggling around and all of this stuff and all of the he-keying, kiki-ing, and haw-hawing and oh my God, that's so funny, and women supporting women and women on the same side as women. Do y'all see it? Do you see why we say that sister code is bad for you? Why you shouldn't be in this position? Why you should never, ever be on code because you're going to look like a fool in the end. I want to go back and look at every one of them comments from all of them hyenas that has something to say, and it was like, oh my God, you're just so bad. You're just so hard on. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm accurate. I'm very much accurate in my assessment. When I identify bad character, I identify bad character. I know it. I've seen it before. I'm not new to this. I'm not new to this. She was a horrible person. I remember her. Yeah, she had a lot to say. Go ahead, Ardonna, whatever your name is.
I'm ugly type shit. I'm ugly type shit.
Pardon?
Am I unattractive to you type shit?
I just feel okay. I want to know what's in there. Are there well,
You
let me
can find out.
Is it policies? You have policies in there?
Whoever actually wanted to find out for real,
I was gonna ask.
would have
That was
been
my
able
first
to.
question.
Whoever wanted to find out would have been able to. Y'all didn't want to stick around to find that out.
There's something
so.
in there. I don't know if there was
It
policies
is. It
in there.
definitely is. Of course, a suitcase wouldn't be empty. But whoever wanted to actually find out, they would have been able to. You feel me?
Well, and then as you were speaking to the other lady, my name's Adana, by the way. As you're
Nice
speaking
to meet you, Adana.
Cheers. So as you were speaking to the other ladies, I thought if I wouldn't be able to get rid of you if we broke up or something. Like I feel like you're up to something. And
I'm up to.
So let's go back to Trevor Bauer now that you know who we dealing with. And this is the person that he's talking about that tried to finesse him and me too him.
Now, it's hard to keep track, but she's made at least 4 7-figure demands over the last few years. More than a year after the one time we slept together, and only after Lindsay Hill made up her false allegations, Adana retained a lawyer. She then demanded $3.6 million and claimed
Adana retained a lawyer and demanded $3.6 million in order to not me too him. Yes, she is. After the white girl made her accusations, the woman realized that there's power in solidarity. And so what she did was she said, listen, I want $3.6 million to not throw you under the bus and ruin your career. And these are what you call expensive, high-value women. I told y'all I had a show for y'all today. Oh, yeah, I told you I had a show for y'all today. Yes, these are the high-end, high-value women that y'all are meeting every single day that you feel like it's important for you to take care of. And man, if he can't meet your demand and you just too good for him, no. They out here, they scammers. You know, I wish that we had a segment of YouTube. I don't have the capacity. I don't have the time for it, so I'm not doing it. I wish we had a segment on YouTube that was dedicated to exposing women scammers that finesse men out of their dollars, but y'all don't want to do that because y'all too busy simping and pandering, and you call it hypergamy. I call it fraud. Well, at least that's what the police said that it is. Check it out. Trevor will explain it to you.
forced her to have an abortion, leaving her emotionally devastated and irretrievably damaged by it. But here's the thing, she never had an abortion because she was never even pregnant, and that's corroborated by her own medical records. When I refused to pay her the $3.6 million she was asking for, she made up a bogus sexual assault claim and filed a civil suit against me. In that version of her story, she claimed, for the first time by the way, that there was non-consensual sex, but her texts from the next morning show what actually happened. Remember this text in which she explains why she came on to me? She also claims that instead of an abortion, she actually had a miscarriage, but that's impossible, of course, because again, she was never even pregnant. We now have emails between her and the first 2 law firms that dropped her, in which they acknowledge they never had any evidence to support her claims, but they'll try to get my money anyway. I then shared an audio recording I have in which Adana contradicts her own claims and asks me for money. In the emails, her lawyers agreed that that's insurmountable evidence, and they inform Adana that they can no longer represent her unless she can provide documentation or proof of her claims. Of course, she couldn't do that, so the law firm urged her to consult other law firms with different standards. Now, Adana has filed more than 10 police reports claiming sexual assault or harassment against other men, including at least one other professional athlete.
So the name of her game is finessing men out of money. She don't actually do nothing. She ain't really got no value. You know what she do? She goes and she files false claims against men in order to extort them and then try to finesse them out of a bag. Say it ain't so. Yeah. So now that we know who we dealing with, we're going to let Trevor go ahead and clean the rest of this story up so that he can help y'all to understand why it's important for you to have dick discipline. Number 2, why you have to be careful who you keep around you. Number 3, why it's important for us to continue to have this conversation, because it is still a gender war as long as the devil continues to do his work. And number 4, I'm not going nowhere. We're going to continue to have these conversations.
But after the Scottsdale police completed their investigation into her claim against me, she's the one being indicted for felony fraud. And not just against me, against another man as well. She made up bogus sexual assault claims and attempted to extort him too. And it gets worse. In my lawsuit against her, we subpoenaed a witness whom she knew for relevant documents to use in our case.
What now? Do y'all now understand why I make everybody sign paperwork? Now you understand why I have to protect myself, why I'm deathly afraid of women coming in here and coming around me without doing my due diligence and making sure that they sign the paperwork. Now you know why I'm so vigilant and I'm so dedicated to making sure that all of these guys get the same information. It's because it only takes one person to extort you and then to try to ruin your entire life.
And when she found out, she immediately made sexual assault claims against him too. Her MO is clear. Lie to men to get their money, extort them if she must, and when they refuse to pay, stop paying or stop giving her what she wants, go to the police, accuse them of sexual assault, and file a civil suit against them to retaliate. And just so no one can say, well, he still has 2 other accusers, just because the first 2 are complete frauds doesn't mean the others are, here's a couple facts about them. They both had lawyers first demand in excess of $3 million to not go public. In both cases, only after I refused to pay any sum of money did their lawyers make anonymous claims in the media. They both had the opportunity to file a criminal complaint against me. Neither of them did. They both had the opportunity to file a civil suit against me. Neither of them did. They both had the opportunity to participate in Lindsay Hill's civil suit against me. They could have even done so anonymously. They both refused. One of them even submitted a statement to the court stating that she never made public accusations against me. The other refused to participate so vehemently that Lindsay Hill took legal action against her, trying to force her to participate. She still refused. So they both had the opportunity to testify under penalty of perjury. Neither of them did. One can only wonder why. Perhaps it's because all of their claims against me are lies. Now, it's been 2 years since these women and their lawyers attempted to weaponize anonymous claims in the media against me to take my money. I addressed them at the time, and as far as I'm concerned, it's in the past. But if there comes a time in the future where I need to defend myself further, I will not hesitate to do so. For now, there's no reason to speak further on this topic, though, because outside of Adana, who's now been indicted with felony fraud, there are no claims against me, no ongoing investigations, and no outstanding lawsuits. At this point, I'm not sure what else I can possibly do to prove my innocence in all of this. I did not do what I was accused of. And every institution that our society is entrusted to rule on issues like these, like courts, judges, law enforcement officers, prosecutors, they all agree with me. They've rejected every single claim made against me, even going as far as charging one of my accusers with a felony. If any evidence of any of these claims actually existed, I would have been charged, or at the very least arrested. But that never happened. What else do I have to do to prove that this entire situation has been a massive lie? This is insane. At what point do I get to go back to work and continue earning a living?
Never. And you know why? Because it doesn't even matter what you think or how good you are at your job anymore. The only thing that matters is what the court of public opinion determined for you before you was able to prove your innocence. I don't believe most of these women by default, just because they file a civil suit or just because they make a claim or just because they say something in public. It is not cool to throw people under the bus in a court of public opinion and then let that be the court of law. I don't care what accusations is levied against a man. I have to see it. I want to see the evidence. And when the evidence proves that he is thus, such and such, then it's okay for him to be removed out of his job or something like that, or to lose his earning. But just because somebody say it does not mean that it's true. And it's unfortunate because he's one of the few people that has a platform and the money to be able to defend himself. But how many guys, how many people, how many individuals do we not know is actually under duress, lost their entire way, and was falsely accused, or there's another part of it, had to pay the ransom because they didn't want to lose their reputation and their job? How many guys had to pay the ransom. Because that's all it is. It's a ransom. How many dudes chose to pay the ransom because they didn't want to be charged in a court of public opinion? She on the Balloon Pop show, though. And y'all saying that Anton is wrong about holding these women accountable. No, I hold the evil actors accountable. I love great women and I celebrate them and I big them up. I'm married to one. But the ones that's not, we not letting it die. We not letting it go away. This is unreasonable what a lot of these guys are having to go through, unfortunately. Stay vigilant. Stay aware. I always wind up being right. Just take a little bit more time for me to go ahead and prove it to you. Let me read some of these super chats and we're going to continue on with the show. Told y'all it was going to be a good one today. Sister! Here's to Mr. AD's memory like an elephant. I ain't paid off nobody. It ain't a person in this world that could say that Anton had never paid off anybody. I don't give money. I add value into people's lives, and then we get money together. It's a difference. Listen, you ain't getting a dime out of me. You can forget it. I ain't owned by nobody. Dominique in the building says, hope you're having a blessed day, AD. Are you still doing coaching calls? Email me at AntonDaniels413@gmail.com. AntonDaniels413@gmail.com. I'm looking to level up. Fellas, don't be fooled by the beat face and a nice smile. That's a fact, though. Yeah, email me and we're going to get you scheduled. J. Ben is in the building, says, professional contortionist is insane. Box for bag. 16 Bar King says, all lives matter. Hidden hands through the shit I'm in. Tricks on deck, pimp circle or simp circle, do the hit again. It's unfortunate, bro. Natasha says, he's dumb. He let it happen twice. I don't feel sorry. You see this? You see this? Look, y'all. Victim shaming. He's dumb because he engaged in non-illegal activity which consisted of consensual sex. So he had consensual sex with an adult. He winds up getting falsely accused and extorted, and it's his fault that it happened to him. Now, we warn guys so that they can prevent themselves from being falsely accused by perpetuators of this bad behavior. So, for example, if you tell me, well, Anton, make sure you lock your doors so that somebody don't break in and try to steal your car. If somebody steal my car, I'm still the victim. You can't say it's my fault that somebody stole my car. It's your fault for stealing my car. How y'all gonna victim shame the victim? How he gonna get shamed and say he let it happen? Like he knew he was gonna get falsely accused. Stop it, man. Stop it. Stop it. Stop. Stop. He's the victim. AJ Wise says, I'm going to the police before she does. Come on, man. This is why I'm very careful about the people that I keep around me, man. I don't want that problem. I'm very, very careful about the people that I keep around me. I should be able to leave my car unlocked. I should be able to walk around my house and do whatever it is that I want to. I'm sure. What you mean, Anton, you should have locked your door. People are going to break in and try. Well, you shouldn't be breaking in people's houses. What kind of junk is that? It's places that you can go in this world where you ain't got to worry about that nonsense. Come on, man. Grow up, y'all. Grow up. Grow up. Let me read one more super chat. King of Kings is in the building, says, Louisiana new gun laws allows law-abiding persons to carry concealed guns without a permit or training. Yeah, but it's in Louisiana, though. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to you, King of Kings. I appreciate you. All right, one more thing before we get up out of here. Y'all know I like to highlight content creators because sometimes people send me stuff and they say, Anton, I want you to react to it. And so I choose not to watch it because I want to react to it in real time. And this person in particular's name is Barra Higgs. Barra Higgs have 1.34 thousand subscribers. So that's 1,000, a little bit more than 1,000 subscribers. Make sure y'all go ahead and tell her that Anton reviewed her video and gave her some visibility. I don't know what's going to happen, But the situation is that she's finally got a bachelor's degree. I don't know what the degree is in. She got a bachelor's degree, and she's saying that the reality is setting in now that she got to be an adult. I thought that this would be interesting for the Millionaire Morning Show. Every once in a while, when I come across a video that people send me to react to, I go ahead and try to react to it, and hopefully I can add some context, give some information, and some good advice. And I think this is important for us to go ahead and find out what's going on. So make sure y'all hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel and turn on your notifications, and make sure y'all tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. So let me see if I can get to her.
Here. Hey guys, I missed y'all, for real though. I'm kind of scared to make this video, I can't lie, because I feel like I'm ready to bust with emotion. So it's going to be a real...
What is up with women in these bull rings, these bull nose rings? I don't know what kind of job she's trying to go for or what she's trying to do, but I don't know. It's like every woman got these, and it's like they get more and more, and they'll have like 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 of them in their nose. What is up with these bull rings in their nose? What's up with that with y'all? I don't know. Is that just like a fetish or a thing or something? If y'all trying to go into a professional environment, this ain't necessarily with regard to her, but I see it on her, so I'm gonna speak to it. If y'all not necessarily trying to go into if y'all trying to go into a professional environment and you trying to be taken seriously, that's not it. But let me get to her video and see what she's talking about.
It's going to be a real... Damn, what's the word? This is about to be a real raw and uncut video. So you might see tears, but if you see tears, act like you don't see them, because I like to keep it P. I'm a gangster, for real.
Stop crying, it won't do any good.
I'm about to go find a nature spot, because I need to be somewhere soothing. Years, because it is a Monday. Critters, but it's so pretty out here. See, it's too many. You're someone that just graduated college. First off, congrats. That is not an easy task at all. So don't let people downplay you on that. But if you're watching this video because you're like, oh, I want to get a feel for how it's life after graduation, how is it getting a job, how is life, Let me just say, first off, after I graduated college, which I graduated in December,
First red flag. What do I tell y'all to do? What do I tell y'all to do? Get a degree and something that's actually going to make you money. Not going off your passion. You could pursue your passion in your own time. But when you got to spend money and invest in something that actually is going to generate you, that's all college is. It's an investment. And so you want to get the maximum return on your money, right? When you go into stocks or you're trying to invest in a company, you're trying to get the maximum return on your money, right? So do you invest in a stock based off of something you're passionate about? Or do you make an investment in a stock based off of what's the best option to make you the most money possible? This is a basket weaving degree. This is what I like to call not only a basket weaving degree, an underwater basket weaving degree. Theater. What do you get a job in after you get a degree in theater? What, you want to become a podcaster? You didn't need a degree to do that. Theater. Again, I'm reviewing it for the first time. Let's keep going.
Major in theater, minor in multimedia and film, woohoo. And since I have graduated, granted, I don't miss college. Let me just say that. I'm glad I don't have professors emailing me, asking me for essays, due dates, to do this and that. I'm glad I'm done with school. Okay, I feel great. I feel like a weight is lifted off my shoulder. And I was also president of a club, and I was doing a lot of stuff in theater.
Shout out to Blaze. I'm going to read that super chat shortly.
You got little to no rest with my major. So being able to let some of that go, I feel quite wonderful. I feel pretty good. So yeah. Post-grad depression, for people that do talk about post-grad depression, I wouldn't say it comes from college.
What the heck is post-grad depression? I thought that y'all had postpartum and all of that stuff. What the hell is post-grad depression? Have y'all ever? Listen, I'm 42 years old as of last weekend. This is all new to me. I didn't know that y'all labeled every single thing that y'all couldn't do successfully as depression. Next time that me and Rita have a conversation that I don't like, I'm going to say, you know what? I got post-conversation depression. No. Let me call her right now. Give me a second. I bought some jeans the other day I didn't like. I said I needed to take them back.
Hello.
Hey, you busy?
No, what's going on?
Remember when you was laughing at me about them jeans that I bought?
Yes.
Well, I'm on a live stream right now, but I have post jeans depression.
Why?
Why was you laughing at my jeans?
Because they don't look nice. They're too baggy and like they look like dad jeans. Make your booty look flat.
Hey, y'all, let me say something. She laughed so hard at my jeans. She shamed me. She shamed me so bad about my jeans.
Whatever.
She shamed me so bad about them jeans. And these was my new jeans that I bought for my birthday, too. I felt so bad.
I tried to warn you in the fitting room, but you didn't listen. You was adamant about getting them, so I let you get them.
Then I had post jeans. And I walked in depressed, didn't I?
It's okay. I'm gonna get you right tomorrow.
Don't touch my jeans. I don't need you shopping for me.
Okay.
So I have post jeans depression.
Okay.
And I'm going to get my own jeans.
Okay, that's fine.
Bye. I have post jeans depression. Y'all said, I'm not telling you what number Levi. I'll tell y'all what number Levi's I get. I call myself switching my style up. And so usually I get 501s, you know what I'm saying, and I'm riding out. But today I decided to get some 505s. Dog, I was out here looking like, oh my God, I just felt so stupid. I said, why is these jeans fitting like this? I usually like my Levi's a certain way. Yeah, I got some 505s. I'm not doing that again. I got 505s. Don't get 505s, big dog. At first, I just thought it was just me. I said, you know what? Y'all said, was they Bugle Boy jeans? I wore them for 2 days in a row. 2 days in a row, I wore some 505s. I said, I'm going to get some grown-ups. I'm going to get some grown-up jeans. Nah, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. No. They said, hey, Chris said, 505s, what's wrong with you? No, I swear to God, I wanted to go. I started to look up some Jabos. Jesus Christ. I can't tell y'all part of my next stand-up. That's one of my stand-up jokes. I can't tell y'all about that one. So I did get some 505s. And I didn't feel good about it. I felt like a high-waist Kardashian. I did. I felt like a high-waist Kardashian. I said, what's wrong with my jeans? Then I walked in the house. Rita gonna say, oh man. All right, let's get back to her. So she got post-grad depression. See how we went down that dark path real quick? She got post-grad depression. Let's continue.
Being out of college didn't really make me sad or anything. I would say it's how the world treats you after you graduate. That is That's what's really doing something to me. So let's break it down. I'm trying not to ramble here, so I got my little phone. Hold on.
Let me see if I can speed
Got my
this
little
up.
phone with my notepad so I can know what to talk about and hopefully not talk too much on this video. Cool, cool. And it's hot out here. So let's talk about me getting close to my graduation. So I graduated in December. I was excited. I was happy. Graduation day, I was overwhelmed because there's a lot of people. I socialize with a lot of people, but when everyone is trying to crowd you and ask you questions and people want to take pictures with you, oh, KB, let's take a picture. Where's
you go talking about those are the jeans that you barbecue with. I tried something. I tried something new. I failed spectacularly. I'm taking my jeans back. That's all that's to it. I don't want to hear anything else about my jeans. All right? Those are some dad jeans for real, for real. And whatever you do, don't get 505s, y'all.
your apartment at? Like, it was so much happening that I was just like, ugh. But it was cool. It was fun. So had my graduation and then started my first full-time job, which I was working at a novelty store, a little adult entertainment store. I thought it would be fun.
So you got think about this, y'all. She got a theater degree, and then she started working at an adult entertainment store. Jesus Christ. She went and got a theater degree, and then she started working at an adult entertainment store. And that was her first full-time job. Yo, seriously, all jokes aside, y'all young people, y'all need mentors. Y'all seriously needed mentors. Y'all can't keep going down this path. Y'all can't keep being misguided. You can't keep coming back and saying, Biden, we need you to forgive our student loans. Y'all are off. Real talk. Y'all need a career guidance life coach to just guide you straight through life. Real talk.
Crazy list of jobs that I would want to do because I think they're fun. But anyway, I was working at my first full-time job after graduation because, of course, you got to pay bills, you got to pay rent and all that other stuff. And really working at Sunset was my first, I want to say, it wasn't a 9 to 5, it was longer than a 9 to 5. But it showed me quickly the work-life balance. Really, we all trying to make money out here. You got to make money because how can you pay bills? How can you go out? I mean, like, everything is costing money. And now they're talking about this self-checkout at Walmart costing money. Like, it seems every little thing has a cost to it. I don't like that shit. But anyway, I'm working there. And I was working there under, I want to say, poor management. My manager was awesome. She was amazing. But higher up above her, we had some not so nice people.
It's an adult entertainment store.
Had to deal with kissing ass, basically, to make money, because it's like, I need this job. I need this job because I got bills to pay. And my friends would be trying to go out, like, some weekends. And it was a whole lot of, like, no, y'all, I can't make it. I got work. It was a whole lot of no's. Like, I think I got some screenshots. It was crazy. And all the time they'd be like, dang, that job is working you to death. And I was like, I know. I literally was working almost every day. I would only get like 1 day off a week.
Welcome to being an adult.
Sometimes 2, but for the most part, I was only getting 1 day off. And I wasn't even working, like, technically full time for real. But that's a whole nother story. That job.
So you're not even working.
I was putting in a lot of time only to be let go last month. So
yeah, because you can get porn online.
Basically, I was fired March 14th, and I was just like, okay, what do I do now? And don't get me wrong, my plan after I graduated was never to stay in Statesboro, where I am now. My plan was never to stay.
Let me guess, you was going to go to Atlanta or Hollywood.
So
right?
I did start looking into some theater internships, fellowships, full-time jobs if they offered it. I was looking into that, but most of them didn't start until June to August, or they don't start until May. So I still had a little bit of time, and again, I got to pay bills, so I needed a job during this time. So anyway, they let me go last month, and I was just like I honestly, and still don't know how.
Why did they fire you?
Cope with that. Anyway, I'm trying not to cry, y'all. But
These kids are snowflakes. Woo! These kids are snowflakes. Oh my God, I got fired from my adult entertainment store job. I feel so bad. I feel so bad for these young kids because they have no idea what's waiting on them out here in these streets. This world is ugly. This world is ugly. And if you crying over the fact that they let you go from an adult entertainment store, boy, this world is going to eat you up and spit you out. Hey, ladies, becoming a stay-at-home mom or a stay-at-home wife don't sound so bad, do it now. Snowflakes, boy.
Yeah, that was tough. And still is tough, because I'm going to get into that. Because I was like, God, come on now. Like, you know we had a plan here. The plan is kind of falling short right now. What's happening? But honestly, I had been saying that I wanted to leave that job because it was not good for my mental health. Every day I was going in stressing, or I was leaving unhappy. And I was like, I can't do this. Like, I got to leave soon. And I guess God pressed fast forward on that process because he didn't even give me the option to keep working there. He was just like, I'm going to push you.
It's God's fault.
So
it's God's fault. I got it.
I left there, and then I was trying to file for unemployment, and nothing passing by. Anyway, so yeah, after I lost that job, I've been filing for unemployment and food stamps. And the government, when it comes to like assistance, is so.
What? Girl, you only what, 21, 22 years old? You already filing for food stamps and public assistance? Nah. Welcome to the real world. Pull yourself up by your bootstraps and let's get to it. Ain't nothing. Food stamps. EBT card, you single. Able-bodied adult. Let's get to it. Let's get to it. Come on, y'all. Put your big girl panties on. Let's go.
Unemployment and food stamps. And the government, when it comes to like assistance, is so ass too. Because as I was filing for unemployment, I'm filling out all my information, and then they get back to me and they're like, "Oh, you didn't earn enough wages to qualify for unemployment."
That's correct.
What? Bro, what are you talking
about? You got to put
man?
into it to get something out of it.
Application too, and I haven't heard back from them. They normally don't get back to you until like months later. So I'm like, how can y'all really say that y'all giving assistance and y'all want to help the homeless and all of that? And it's hard to get any help, for real. You got to bend over backwards to get any help. I see. So don't have unemployment. I'm not getting money from that. Don't have food stamps. So any little money I get, I'm having to pay for like groceries and bills still with no job.
Well,
so let that sink in. Let that sink in.
Well, you know, it's ways to get paid. I got a homeboy, honestly. For all of the ladies out here in these streets trying to figure it out, getting y'all cars repossessed, got laid off from the food store, from the adult entertainment store, getting denied unemployment because you didn't make enough. Roommates is now asking for that rent money. I got a homie. You want to know what his name is? Nate. Now, some of you guys are a little too young to know who Nate is, but Nate is a very resourceful person. Nate once helped my homegirl out. Her name was Stoney. You ever heard of her? You don't know who Stoney is? Don't worry about it. We'll get there. I got a friend. His name is Nate. And if you tell him that you in a bind, he'll give you an advance. But you gotta tell him that you in a bind. Because, you know, he got a job for you, but he can give you an advance on that money that you would earn from that job. But you got to tell him you in a bind. I'm just playing with you. I know people be getting in their feelings. The last content creator that I reviewed, they was like, my man, you know, that said, I'm tired of working. Oh my God. He emailed me and said, oh my God, can you please? No, you in a bind, Nate. You in a bind, Nate. Let's see what else you got to say. I don't want to review this for too much longer because this is a long, drawn out story. We got to be more concise with our talking points, all right?
So then a girl was filing for jobs because I was like, okay, you still got to be in Statesboro for a couple of months. I got until June, and we need to make money. So I started applying for jobs here and then cities close to me. I barely have heard back from them for real. So yeah, I see the job market, it's pretty ass. I see now what everyone is talking about, like it's hard to get a job. And even after me graduating, even after me getting a degree, most of the jobs that I'm actually interested with, like box office stuff and front of house management and director work, most of those jobs now, okay, they want you to have a degree, but do you have 4 to 5 years of experience?
No. You having a theater degree is not enough. Y'all have to go into a field that is in demand and that people actually want to hire you for a specific skill set. It's called STEM. STEM-related fields is what you want to go into, not theater, okay?
This software, and the software is kind of like very private. Only the companies have this software, and there's no guide on it. There's no training classes on this software. But it's like, yeah, you got to have experience with this software, and then we need you to have experience doing this, this, and that. Well, how could I have that experience when I've been in college? You know what I'm saying? So I feel like with my post-grad depression, it's not coming from me being out of college. It's coming from feeling like I didn't do enough. Like, even though I did 4 years of college, even though I have a degree, a bachelor's degree at that, even with all of that, the world is still saying you're not doing enough.
That's correct.
America is still saying you're not doing enough.
That's correct.
So that's very frustrating for me because I felt like...
All right, listen, I know we queuing the music. She queuing the music on. She got a whole another half of this to go, but we heard enough. Listen, y'all got to start getting y'all feelings off of y'all shoulders, ladies. It's hard out here for a pimp. I know y'all keep saying y'all want equal, but you really don't. You don't want to go through what we've been going through in order to get to the bag. Be careful what you ask for. Then y'all going to get a whole bunch of student loan debt, and then we're going to have to go from there, all right? I love you guys. I appreciate y'all. Let me read some of these super chats, and then I'm going to get y'all going for the day because my banker is calling me, asking me if I want to upgrade my account or whatever like that. So we'll see what's happening with that in a minute. Shout out to my dog Blaze. Oh, let me give her some credit one more time before I say that. Her name is Bera, B-E-R-A Higgs. Bera Higgs. Tell her that I sent y'all over to the channel so that she can get her visibility and hopefully she has a good content creation strategy because whatever she got going on with that other stuff is not working. Bera, B-E-R-A Higgs. Tell her I sent you, all right? Blaze says, what up, though? Just showing love, big dog. Shout out to Blaze. Yeah. Wealth Building Journey is in the building. Says, I saw a video on why college grads are making less than blue-collar workers. The supply of college grads far exceeds demand for them. From corporate America, labor force economics is a real thing. Well, it depends on the field of study that they were in. Depends on their field of study. AD want to be one with the flatbacks. Rita said, that's all right. Y'all can keep dissing my jeans. That's okay. I'm going to go off on y'all tonight on the Anton Daniels channel. Devastator says, welcome to adulthood. That's a fact. Shout out to Devastator. Seminole 2014 says, CGA just shared something that is relevant to the college girl. When you get the chance, Google what the average age of the founding fathers were in 1776. Let's pick it up. Let's look it up. Average age of founding. As it turned out, many of the founding fathers were 44 was the average age of the signers of the Declaration of Independence was 44. More than a dozen of them was 35 or younger. So the average age of the founding fathers was 44 years old, meaning that the average age was 2 years older than me. Says a lot. Speaks a lot. Shout out to Seminole 2014. Appreciate you, big dog. Black Silver Chair is in the building. Says, tell them people you're an African migrant. Yeah, they'll give you some assistance and a plane ticket to where you want to go. Victor Williams. Shout out to Victor Williams. I appreciate you, big dog. I work and go to school full-time, graduate in 2 weeks with a BS in cybersecurity. I am a married man with 2 kids. I am married with 2 kids, but these single people complain about the most ish, and I'm out here working, outworking every last one of them. Lazy and full of ish, there is no excuses. They don't want to compete with you, big dog. They don't want to compete with the bag chasers. If y'all not a part of the Patreon, link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. Can we get a round of applause for my dog, Vic? If y'all not a part of the bag chasers, the link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. We a little bit, we're a little bit over, about 24, 25 minutes over, 24, 25 minutes over. But it was a phenomenal show, Listen, I love you guys. I appreciate you. Thank y'all for continuing to rock out with me over here at the Millionaire Morning Show. It's been awesome. Absolutely awesome. Make sure y'all get that Tiege pack. All right? Tap into the Patreon, and then we live streaming tonight. You know what we do. All right? I need y'all to do me one more favor before we get up out of here. Y'all know we ain't missed, right? Not one day this year have we missed. We on point. We on time. We make no excuses. We run it up. And I'm tapped into my corporate job right now. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I'm going to holler at y'all later.